Hey there, buddy. We're having a nice ESD range day here. Why don't you come along? It'll be fun. Edgar here with a little training video for you, or just some tips for the range days, or as Jared likes to say, just the tip. We're gonna go into a little deep dive of some just really good range essential drills that are gonna get you a little bit more efficient on the range, give you some data to work with, and give you a little bit more direction. So when you get out and train, you know what to look for, you have some goals, rather than just going out to the range and kind of plinking or shooting without purpose. One of the first drills that I really love is the bill drill. It's a really simple drill. It's gonna be from 7 yards, but you can modify it to different distances. But it's 6 rounds in the A zone of an IPSC target like you have here. What's really great about that is you're working from the holster, you're getting that gun out. You have to get really good grip, you have to get good sight picture, and you have to work on that cadence or just string of fire, whatever you wanna call it. It's less about the times through there. Fuck me. You work on getting that gun out, getting a really good grip, sight picture, and work on drilling those rounds into that A zone. There's a lot that you can take away from it, whether it's accuracy standards. If you're drilling a really tight hole inside of the A zone, then you can speed it up because you have that whole target range. If you're going outside of the A zone, then maybe it's adjusting some of your grip to be able to keep that, that speed that you're looking for. There's a lot of data you can get out of that. So that's one of the first drills that I really recommend. We're gonna put a cool little montage of me running some bill drills. Oh,
yeah,
son of a
bitch. Shot 5 rounds.
5 again? Why do I do that? Five again. You, it's 6 shots. That was perfect. I did that right this time. One of the modifications that I like to do when I want to change it up is I'll add a reload somewhere in between, either making it a 3-3 split, so 3 reload 3, keeping that bill drill. Sometimes I'll change it up and I'll have someone, if they're with me, I'll have someone change up the round count, so it'll be maybe 1 round in the gun, and then I have to reload 5 rounds. Or they can change it up to whatever combination to make it force me to reload at an unknown level to it. The other thing I'll do is on the move. You can go and add in a level of variability to there by shooting on the move, moving towards the target, moving away from the target, moving laterally. I just transitioning to different kind of levels through there. It's really good for rifle and with pistol. Rifle's a little bit different, so you have to worry about height over bore. So basic principle of that is that your optic is seeing something different than your barrel, unless they're at distance or whatever you zero it to. So up close, your muzzle's actually gonna be a little bit lower than what your optic's seeing, so you have to account for that. So you can get a lot of really good fundamentals out of here. One of the other drills that I really enjoy shooting is a 3-2 drill. 3-2 drill is 3 rounds, again, from the holster to the A zone of the IPSC chest, and then you're gonna transition up to the head box of the A zone, and you're gonna do 2 rounds in through there. What's really great about that drill is that you're having to really focus on speed when you have the larger target picture, and then you have to slow it down and throttle it into the areas. And I got a hand in the back right now. Jared, what is that?
When you said 2 rounds, you put up 3 fingers.
Oh, because my thumb was up. They'd be like, drei Gläser?
3 Gläser.
Say auf Wiedersehen to your Nazi boss.
But yeah, so one of my favorite drills is a 3-2 drill. Look at that. That was sexy. Let's do that again. It's a 3-2 drill, and what the concept is that you take from the holster, engage 3 rounds to the A zone chest, transition 2 rounds to the A zone head box. What's really good about that is you're having to work on that throttle control. You get to speed it up, burn it down at that larger sight picture and target, and then you have to slow it down, be a little bit more deliberate in the A zone through there. Ideally, you want your transition to be at a similar split or cadence as you're going through, and there's a lot that you can learn out of that. What I really enjoy about that is that transfers over to a lot of other types of shooting. If the target's up close, I can shoot faster because there's more of the target that I can hit. It's easier. If I have to go shoot a target further away, I'm going to be a little bit more deliberate with those shots. But it's now putting all those things in one drill that you can shoot from anywhere from 3 yards, 7 yards, even further if you want, and it's going to change some variables to there. The closer you are, the more dramatic that transition between the A-zone chest target to the A-zone head target. The further away you are, there's a more gradual transition because you don't have to move as much, but it's going to be a smaller sight picture for you in that A-zone head. So there's a lot that you can work with from there. Again, taking that drill, you can go and add reloads into it. Jared and I were having a great time running some 3-2 drills, and Ben was like, hey, you guys are doing too good with this. I want it to be harder and cooler so we get some magwell reloads in there. So he added that into that variable, so that was fun. We did a 3-2 drill with a transition, or with a reload on the way up. Still keeping that at a good time through there. Again, for times, it's all going to be based on your skill levels, based on what you're trying to focus on. For me, with a lot of these drills, like a bill drill, sub 2 seconds is that standard that I try to set myself to. I know that if I haven't been shooting a while, I'm gonna be getting 2 3s, 2 5s with consistency on the A-zone through there. But my goal is always to have it sub 2 seconds. For the 3-2 drill, same kind of thing, from 3 yards. I like to try to keep it at sub 2 seconds through there and split that up through there. Other drills that I've really taken appreciation to is just shooting at distance. A 25-yard drill and simply just working on sight picture acquisition and making sure I'm drilling those rounds in whatever the size target is. If it's a BA target especially, that's a really good drill to kind of work on those fundamentals. You really have to be deliberate with everything you're doing. For a long time, I focused heavily on speed. When I first started shooting, it was all about precision, and then I bought a Glock 19, I bought an AR, and it was always go, 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 go. I gotta be fastest because on Instagram, that was the cool thing. The reality behind that is that's important for really close distances, but the reality is in a lot of situations, you might have to take a shot from a lot further away. There was a situation in a mall where the guy was doing, I think it was a 40-yard shot, and he got almost all of his rounds on target. It was really impressive shooting, and so that saved his life, it saved a lot of other people's lives. So it's important to have some precision and to understand those kind of different variables. And so in recent years, I still do some of the speed things because it's important. I don't want to lose those fundamentals, but I found a lot higher appreciation for shooting a little bit more controlled, understanding what I'm doing, and being able to repeat what I'm doing consistently, gaining information from seeing and tracking that red dot, but just holding myself to a higher level and being more accountable for every round that I fire. So 25-yard drills are really good for that. Simple double taps, you can do the bill drills at 25, really work on that sight picture, getting back on target, controlling your grip, so on and so forth. Over the last few years that I've been training, I've had Jared on the team, and he's done a really good job of helping me balance that out because he's a lot better at precision shooting than I am. He's way more accurate in most times and shoots a tighter grouping. However, he's a lot slower than I am in most of those cases, and so together we've been working on trying to balance each other out. And so we found that having a good training partner has helped elevate both of our games. I push Jared to shoot a little bit faster and get out of his comfort zone there. He pushes me to be more controlled and deliberate with my shots and not rush through things. And so together we've both increased our speeds, we've increased our efficiency with shooting, and we've increased our accuracy one way or another. And so the important takeaway I got from that is, one, I've become a better shooter by being surrounded by other people that have different skill sets than me. And then two, it's also made me think about how I changed my shooting on the range. The other good example that I have of that is I was into the 7-yard hero drills for a long time, shooting really quick, 7 yards and in. And when I was in Africa, going and helping train the park rangers, I was with some special operations guys, and they showed me that precision or just control and being deliberate is far more important than how fast you're doing something. Because they don't care if you're missing fast, that doesn't matter to them. They want to make sure that they're being extremely precise and getting the job done as efficiently as possible and as fast as possible. And so it shifted some of those gears where I was sacrificing a little bit of precision for speed, and they kind of helped balance that out as to where I should be putting things through there. So the key takeaways that I have for you is that you've got some different drills that you can take. It's always good to modify drills. If it's distance, if it's adding reloads, if it's switching from rifle to handgun, or using both in conjunction with one another. And the other main takeaway that I have is find good training partners to go and shoot with. If you're interested in getting better, then find people who also want to get better and learn from each other. Yes, it's a competition because you're friends and you should be competitive, and that's important. But also don't take it to the point where you're no longer learning and you're just focused on the competition side. Learn from each other, talk to each other. If someone's better at you something, that's a prime opportunity to learn from them. Don't look at it as a, oh no, I just suck. Look at it as an opportunity to see what they do, how they're better about it, and then go apply those things yourself. And go and find that community that you can have. We've got a really good community up here, and we're fortunate for it because it allows us to go and further our skill sets and to train in ways that we wouldn't be able to normally train in. And so there's a lot of different information I'm throwing at you. Let's get some cool shooting in. Let's go run some of these drills. Leave a comment below as to what you guys have been doing, what things that you took away from any of our training, if there's anything that you saw. If you're gonna go tell me that I need to look at my, or I'm not allowed to look at my magwell and I have to look down range, I'm not gonna do that because it doesn't make sense. So don't go giving me critiques about tactical stuff. I'm not a tactician. I'll listen to the pros for that. But go leave a comment below as to what kind of drills you guys like, what stuff you've learned from this, and go support your group of friends. Go out there, learn from them, support them, say they're doing a good job if they're doing something good. Give them some constructive criticism if they're doing something wrong. Work together, and at the end of the day, you're gonna become a better shooter for it. Go subscribe, do all that cool stuff, follow us on Instagram. Our blog is, we're putting out a lot of cool information through there. You'll see some of these YouTube videos before they're released if you're subscribed to our email campaign and all that stuff. So go check that out and leave a comment below as to what you think that we should work on next. Thanks, guys.